Ground and wind tunnel testing are currently underway in the Morphing program to bring these fascinating technologies to fruition.
Sensor technologies have been around for quite some time. In fact, sensors are virtually everywhere. But what are they, and how do they work? For some answers, we turn to Johnny Alonso.
Sensors, sensors, sensors. They're just about everywhere. Most people probably couldn't live without them. Have you ever slammed the snooze bar on your alarm? Open your garage with a remote control? Set your car alarm? Or change the channels on your television with a remote? Sure you have. They're all controlled by sensors. With today's technology, most sensors are extremely small or invisible to the naked eye. Heat, light, sound, pressure, or a particular emotion can trigger a sensor to perform a specific action. There are sensors in our cars, our homes, offices, even in our own bodies. But what exactly is a sensor? And how does it work? For some answers, I spoke with Dr. Gary Gibbs at NASA Langley Research Center.
A sensor is a device that detects physical phenomena such as light, heat, airflow, pressure, temperature, even sound.
And generally speaking, how do sensors work?
Well, they work through a mechanism called transduction, where we're converting one form of energy into another. Maybe a form of energy that's less useful into, say, electrical energy. And an example would be like a solar cell, where it takes energy from the sun and converts it into electrical energy that we can use. All sensors utilize transduction to convert energy such as light or heat into typically electrical energy. Another example might be a telephone button, which when pressed converts mechanical energy from your finger into an electrical signal in the form of a tone.
So Gary, what are some typical examples of sensors that we use every day?
Sensors are around us everywhere. In fact, when we go to the grocery store, there's barcode scanners to detect the barcodes on the products we buy. In fact, in our car, there's sensors to detect a crash, to open the airbags. And in fact, the telephones that we use every day have sensors called microphones that sense the sound of our voice.
So it would be safe to say that there are millions of sensors out there, right?
Absolutely.
Really? Do they all work the same?
No, they actually work quite differently. We've got quite a few examples of microphones today, and they were designed for different reasons.
Okay.
In fact, the first item we see here is an ancient telephone from the 50s.
Yeah, I love it.
And you can see here a typical microphone from a CB radio or intercom type system.
Sure.
In fact, this is a microphone like you might see on your home computer. And we have a cell phone here, even has a very tiny microphone that senses the sound of your voice. And they all sense the same kind of phenomenon, but each one is designed specifically for a particular purpose. They're all configured quite differently.
So a microphone is a sensor?
Yes.
Okay, so how does a microphone sense sound?
Well, we have a laboratory-grade microphone here connected to an oscilloscope, which is a device that shows the electrical signal produced by the microphone. And you can see when I whistle, it displays a sine wave.
Yeah.
A microphone is constructed with two plates, one thick and one thin. And the sound from our voice, for example, strikes the thin plate, causing it to vibrate.
Okay.
That vibration produces an electrical signal similar to what we saw on the oscilloscope.
Okay, so earlier I mentioned biological similarities between sensors and human senses.
Right.
Okay. How is a microphone similar to the human ear?
That's pretty interesting because sound travels through the ear until it strikes the eardrum,
Okay.
causing it to vibrate, similar to the plates in the microphone we talked about earlier.
Oh.
This vibration is transferred through tiny bones to the cochlea, which contains small hair follicles that vibrate, producing an electrical impulse, similar to the microphone.
So the hair follicles are like sensors.
Yes.
Well, Gary, thanks for your time and for showing us
Sure.
how sensors work.
Thanks for coming out to NASA Langley Research Center.
No problem, man, no problem. I guess that's a wrap. Hey, is this thing still on?
Sure.
Really?